Well, well, well. Hello there. It is I. I had the silly little idea actually a week ago, which makes it a little confusing as to why I didn't do this sooner. But I was thinking, I'm playing racing games right now. I should do a car tier list or something, you know? So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. That's why we're here. I'm gonna do a car list. I'm gonna rate. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna rate a lot of these cars. I don't know if it's most. I'm only doing the ones I know. I'm gonna be honest. Peugeot. That's you could tell me that they didn't exist, and I would believe you because I ain't ever seen one. I could be like one of those people on all gas, no brakes that goes, "Oh well, if I didn't see it, how do you know it wasn't real?" But anyway, we'll just start Fiat. Uh, you know what? Actually, I should uh change these to make them a little more clear. Makes a grown man cry. Good. Very nice, but one little thing. Good. Mid. You must have brain. Uh, gonna add a rope below. Mm-mm. What? Okay. Nope. You will become turquoise. Who? All right. Now here we go. This makes a little more sense now. Hopefully it's a little more clear, and I don't have to explain more than that. Fiat is pretty mid. Not gonna lie. I don't. Fiat's like one of those things. I don't ever hear anything about Fiat, really good or bad. I think the few things I've heard are bad, so maybe that makes it more deserving of questionable, but it's not like the masses are out, so it's pretty lower mid, I would say. Alfa Romeo. I'm gonna add a IDK row or things. IDK, anything about this? See, unlike Fiat, I don't know anyone in my life that has driven an Alfa Romeo. I've only seen them in racing games, and to be honest, you could tell me that someone made them up, and I would believe. Well, I wouldn't believe you, but you get what I'm saying. Honda. We all know Honda, right? Honda, a little boring, but good. Good. They do it right. Very good, I would say. Would I say that them being a little boring holds them back? Uh, I'll think about it. Maybe I'll move you. And Acura is just Honda, but more expensive and nicer with more Citroen. You get a who. Uh, well, actually, not a who. I don't know anything about Citroen. I think there was one racing game where there was a supercar, and I was like, oh, so Citroen makes sports cars, right? I kind of like their logo, so surely I won't be disappointed when I Google what kind of cars Citroen has. I was disappointed when I Googled what kind of cars Citroen had. We've got a lot here, don't we? All right. Well, there's two things that Ford does right, and that's Mustangs and trucks. However, they are going down to mid in front of Fiat because I should also say that I'm rating these based off of how they are now, not how they are in the past or how they're projecting to be. All right, so uh, you know, obviously we build our impressions off of things in the past, but I'm not trying to like dig in. I'm not gonna be like, oh, in the mid 2000s, yada yada was stinky, poopy garbage, so they're undeserving of whatever we're going off of now. So Ford, they decided. I should just Google it. No, not that Mustang. You know what? Oh, there it is. See, it did work. I didn't even remember the name of it. So Ford came up with the brilliant decision. I'm pretty sure that this is electric, and it's also not like a Mustang. Now, what compelled them to make this decision? I have no idea, but it was a terrible decision, and it lowers them an entire tier because it was that terrible of a decision. You know, if you want to make an electric car, don't name it the same as your sports car and then like kind of fake up the sports carness of it and then go, oh, what? They're making fun of us for doing this. How? Whoever whoever was working in the creative department, probably some dude who graduated with the undergrad in business management, said, all right, we're going to name it the Mustang. This new electric car. It's going to be the Mustang. I hope a bunch of people in that room said, well, they probably didn't say out loud. I assume this guy would be like a manager or something. And then the little ants below him are mumbling to themselves. Jerry leans over to Dave and he goes, what the fuck's this guy talking about? That's such a shitty idea. But no one was ballsy enough to tell him it was a shitty idea. So this is what ended up happening, and it's happened for 4 years. That's very unfortunate. I don't even know what this is. Volkswagen. You know, I think the Volkswagen is they do like everything pretty mid, but then they have the Golf, right? Golf. And the Golf, despite how it looks, is pretty good. Nasty, even you might say, despite how it looks. Quality, maybe not the best, but it's like, pretty good. And yeah, they're like okay to good, and they have like one good thing, so that's what gets them there. You know, they didn't have a. They're not actively committing a. I'm not gonna say the R word, but hopefully you know what I mean when I say the R word, like Ford did. But that they've also done some silly things in the past. They have a fine history with the most famous Austrian painter, and they were faking fuel. What was it? Emission stuff, smog stuff, something like that. So good old Volkswagen getting into some little hijinks from founding to today. Well, not quite today, but a little bit in the past. Audi's just more expensive Volkswagen. Uh, to be honest, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I think like Audi has some nice, really expensive cars, but like normal shit that human people buy. They're okay. They're nice. They're fine. I hear not terrible things about them. They're just European car brands, so they're probably not going to be up here. Ah, BMW. Now this is where the fun begins. So on more expensive cars, I get my opinions from my dad, who had money in the past and has had the privilege of owning these expensive car brands, right? So, I'm not like Jimmy Two Shoes on YouTube, who's been hyped out of his mind on how good BMW is. So, he's nutting all over his screen while he's talking about BMW on his tier list. Nuh-uh, that ain't me. You see, BMW, they've got some bangers. I'll say that. They got some bangers. However, BMW has a lot of like mid not bangers. And they also have the issue that they're just expensive as fuck to fix for no reason whatsoever. And they design them this way. You pay the BMW tax if you ever go to a mechanic, even if it's a simple job that would cost like a third of the price for Toyota, even if it's the exact same work as it would be on that Toyota, labor and part cost, which it isn't, but even if it was, you'd be paying more for no reason. So not only are you artificially shafted, but BMW engineering. I'll learn you a little something about German engineering that isn't Porsche. So this is true for a lot of other European cars, but very noticeable in German. By that I mean BMW and Mercedes. Uh, so there's a very clear difference in how BMW, uh, European and Japanese car manufacturers make their shit, and it is uh, a European car can reach like I don't know, like 200K miles if you do every service at the exact time it says, and it's all done properly. Now you'll notice that a lot of European cars don't make it that far, and it's because people don't actually do that. Now they should, but they do not. Japanese car manufacturers design their cars so, maybe if you're a little late on an oil change, a few times, you won't lose like a quarter of your engine's lifespan. Uh, well, not just engine. could be a lot of other things, but you get the point. So, as for my dad's opinion, BMW drives nice, but is terrible. They got good engine, fun to drive, but man, they suck dick. If you want to rent a car or like you want to mod a car to race and not drive every day and risk breaking from just normal use, BMW and Mercedes, good. But if you want like an actual car to have and drive, as my dad says, BMW stands for big money wasted. So, they do some very good things. So they're getting in the mid treatment. Uh, yeah, you'll be above Ford, but they also do some really shitty things, and that's unfortunate. It's not even that they're like hit or miss; it's that they are literally a mixed bag. You have S tier shit and you have F tier shit in the same car. Uh, and for that reason, they get mid. It balances out. And you want to know what's really even funnier is that the best BMW isn't even made by them. It's the Toyota Supra. I'm sure that's a controversial opinion, but people really like the old Supra and don't care that the new one is very good. Uh, and are holding on to nostalgia. Now, I would prefer an old Supra too, and they should have had like the same cool ass taillights, but that's my opinion. And I'm pretty sure you could mod it if you really wanted to. So it's not that bad. Mercedes is like, all right, team. Well, let's imagine we're in the office right now. All right, team. We're gonna make a car. How much bullshit can we pump into it to make it suck dick artificially? Uh, and business Jimmy on his left goes, "Oh, let's have all this electronic shit, right? And we'll have so much that just it will be statistically impossible for one thing to not be broken ever. Good job, Jimmy. What a brilliant idea. We'll put that in our next billion cars that we make." That's the story of Mercedes. They they just put too much nonsense into their cars. They not only don't reach the heights unless you're talking like some real expensive badass car. They don't reach the heights of BMW, and they also are just lower. They got too much nonsense. It doesn't even matter if like the quality of the individual pieces are like the same as BMW, but they just have more pieces. So you're rolling the dice more for each piece breaking if you just have more pieces and they have like the same percent chance to break. Mercedes isn't quite you must have brain damage, but uh, they're okay. And they have the BMW problem, which is when you try to fix it, uh, it's too expensive. And they also do this asshole thing, right? Where they design their cars so not Mercedes people can't fix them, which is stupid and nonsense. Just for that, I'm thinking about dropping Mercedes a tier, but I won't because I'm a good boy. Porsche, not Porsche. You care about pronunciation, which Porsche does. They have a video on their YouTube of them pronouncing it just so you get it right. Porsche takes the exact opposite design approach of these two. They just make it simple and nice. They don't. You look at a Porsche from 20 years ago, it looks kind of like a Porsche from today. You know, there's some differences, right? They're changing things up a little bit, but like they're not reinventing the wheel. They're clearly following a design philosophy. And you know, you even go back to the VW Beetle, the OG one, and you trace that design lineage into Porsche, and you could see how it's gradually gone and moved, gone on. It just makes sense, right? And they're fun to drive. You know, they're expensive to fix like those two, but that's because they're expensive cars. But also, they do have the benefit of using some Volkswagen parts in them, so you could get lucky if something breaks and it'll just be mega cheap. Uh, you're going up here. The reason why not higher is because let's go look at Porsche's sales page, and we'll try to make sense of this. All right, let's look at the 911. I saw a wide ass page the last time I looked at this. Okay, well, this should. Oh, is this gonna do it? Okay. So here's every 911 you could buy. Now, if you look closely at this, you'll see this makes no sense at all. So I don't even know what this is. This is like a rally car. This is like the super fast, big dick Porsche. This is just like the 6-incher, not like full size 911. These are like the badass, but like I don't need to get down on both knees for a Porsche dealer to give me the good one. These are just like pretty good. And then you have a bunch of nonsense up here that's hard to understand. Like okay, Targa, that's like convertible, right? What is Carrera 4 GTS and what is GTS? What does this mean? What is the difference between Targa and Cabriolet? Now, obviously, you can figure it out. It's not that hard. This one just the roof pops off, and then this is an actual convertible. But you know, and this is all wheel drive, and this is your 4-wheel drive. I don't know, and this is just rear wheel drive. But like they just got so much shit, and they don't need it. Like, do you really need to separate rear wheel drive and all wheel drive as two separate cars? You can't just have like a option and the when you do the build your car, you need to call it something else. It's a little bit nitpicky, I know, but they have uh they have the Cayman and the Boxster, very nice. Panamera is very good. And then there's Taycan. Oh, there's Taycan. Now Taycan, I don't hear super great things about. They're okay, but they kind of are the stinkers of the family, you could say, and that's unfortunate. So that's why they're not here. You know, they're like if you're a girl and you're dating a guy, right, and he wears white undies, you really love him, but you know he gets in the shower and you see there's like a little dark spot in his undies because he doesn't wipe his ass properly. You know, Porsche's that guy. You know, you love them. They're great 99% of the time, but they got that little brown spot that you just don't like. Now, unlike most car tier list people, I can actually rank Bugatti. I've sat in a Bugatti. I've actually seen a Bugatti. I almost got to ride in a Bugatti, and I'm very sad that I missed out on that chance, but I did. My aunt knew a guy who had a Bugatti, and she said I would get a ride, and then it just never worked out because I was never there. But the Bugatti going up here because it would make a grown man cry if you rode in it. Very comfy, very nice interior, very good ride from everything I've heard from my aunt who has ridden the Bugatti Veyron. You know, it does make a grown man cry, but for the price, it sure better be all that good. Retail price. Yeah, 1.7 million. It sure better. Sure better be good. And it is. If it wasn't, that would be bad. But is I don't know what this is. You're getting a who? Ferrari. Ooh boy. My dad owned many a Ferrari. And now Ferrari ride nice. Very cool. Very nice, very good. But you see there's something about Ferrari that, as an outside person, you look at a Ferrari, you go, "Oh, I want a Ferrari. That's so cool. Ferraris are so cool." But there's a really, really, really big hurdle with Ferrari, and that's that it's when you go and you try to buy a Ferrari. So let me do some RP for you. All right, I'm walking into the Ferrari dealership. Oh, hello there. I would like to buy this brand new Ferrari. Oh, sir. No, 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 sir. You cannot buy this Ferrari. What? What do you mean I can't buy this Ferrari? I have the money. Look at how fat this envelope is. I got cash. I'll buy it right now. No, 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 sir. You cannot buy Ferrari. Before you can buy this Ferrari, you must buy two other Ferrari. What? What do you mean I have to buy two other Ferrari? Yes, sir. You must buy two other Ferrari. Then you must own them for uh 2 years or something. You must own Ferrari, and you cannot sell Ferrari. Uh, 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 so even if I buy the two cars, I can't buy this car even then. No, sir, you cannot buy this Ferrari, and you must go to Ferrari event to buy to be able to buy Ferrari. Uh, how much is uh, uh those events that I have to go to on top of buying two other Ferraris that I don't want to be able to buy the Ferrari that I do want? They will cost you, you know, 10 to 20K probably, and you'll have to go to more than one. And you'll go to Ferrari racetrack and drive Ferrari from trained Ferrari driver. Uh, 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 I'm going to have to think about that, Mr. Vespucci. So I will go and drive away in my Porsche, and then I leave. So, most normal, sensible human beings that have uh, active brain function will walk out of the building from this experience and go, man, that's pretty stupid. I should just go and buy a Lamborghini, which I can just walk in and buy. Uh, but some people have a lot of money, like gotcha gamers that spend their entire paycheck on gotcha, even though it gets them nothing in return besides a little bit of dopamine. They have too much money, not enough brain power. So they go into this experience and they go, "Oh yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I want a Ferrari. So what if I have to buy two other Ferraris that I don't want to buy the Ferrari that I do want?" I'd also like to point out, like, if you want the friggin' GT3 RS, you have to do the same thing. But like, that's like the super top of the line model of whatever car company, like Lamborghini, you have to get down on your knees and start sucking for. Ferrari, if you just want the new one, you gotta go through the bullshit tornado. Uh, but back to what I was saying. Uh, Ferrari. I'm rich. I got a lot of money, so I'm gonna go to events. 2 years pass. I walk into the Ferrari dealer. Hey, Vespucci, I've had the cars for 2 years. I've went to events. I would like to buy the new Ferrari. Oh yes, sir. We are so honored to have your patronage, and I am sure you are honored to have ours. Imagine me doing Italian hand signs right now as I'm doing the hopefully not sucky Italian accent. Now, what color would you like for your Ferrari? Oh well, uh, there's so many choices. My mom always said I was special, so I'd like to pick something really unique that stands out. So, uh, how about the red? Oh yes, sir. We could do that for you. And then he buys the Ferrari. Now, that sounds pretty bad, and it is pretty bad. But that's not quite where the cock and ball torture ends. So, I'm the rich man with no higher brain function. I've had my brand new Ferrari for 2 years. My boy Vespucci calls me up over the phone. We're good friends now that I have my Ferrari. I go down to the dealer, get some coffee, talk smack with the boys, and sip tea and crack open a cold one, but it's wine and not beer, because beer is for poor people. Uh, anyway, my boy Vespucci calls me up. Oh, hello, sir. I see you have owned the uh, new Ferrari for 2 years. Oh, yeah, yeah, I love it. It's great. I love it. We would like to, uh, now that you have owned the car for 2 years and have proven yourself to be a real Ferrari owner, we will offer you a certificate of ownership for the vehicle now. Oh, I guess I didn't get that, huh? No, sir. We ensure that only the finest drivers drive a Ferrari. Oh, okay. So I should just come on down and pick that up, right? Oh no, sir. That will be 10 grand for your certificate of ownership for the car that you have owned for 2 years. Just come on down and pick her up with your 10K. Oh, that sounds great, sir. I'll come by and do that. And after that, that's pretty much the end. Just don't ever wrap your Ferrari or take pictures of your Ferrari and post them online, or you know, uh, breathe on the Ferrari in the wrong way. Actually, there's one interesting thing about driving a Ferrari. So you're actually sabotaging the vehicle by driving it. So if you drive the car, you're more likely to the car is more likely to break down. So or get in an accident. So really, you get on the Ferrari blacklist for doing shit like that. This is gonna piss people off, but Ferrari, they would be here, right? If they didn't engage in cock and ball torture for you to own a Ferrari, but because they do engage in cock and ball torture for you to own a Ferrari, they're going there. I don't even know what that is. Hennessy. Uh, you just make cars that go fast, but I sure hope you want to be on a wait list for a decade. I don't even know what the newest Tennessee car is, but I sure do know that it takes you like a decade to get one. And the wait list is very long. They're not bad though. They are good. Very good. Very fast. 700 HP Stingray. Are these just modded? Where's the actual shit I want to see? Uh, it's gonna be a new Hennessy car. Okay, there it is. Yeah, they make some bad to the bone supercars. Very cool. But they're going there because you're gonna be on a wait list. I know nothing about you. Well, yeah, I know. I know uh, what is this? Renault, Plymouth. You're gonna need a new one of these. Uh, get back in the grave, old man. Here we go. Rolls Royce. Uh, for what it is, we're going up there. So, someone in the family owned a Rolls Royce too, and I have to say, it's like, what if we made a car that was drove very comfortably, was very big and heavy, uh, but I'm not going to consider that an issue because the demographic that drives a Rolls Royce probably doesn't care too much about car going fast. But it was crazy. Like the Rolls Royce, not only was it like sitting in a couch in your car, but it was like if you open the driver's door, inside the door, you could like push a button and an umbrella would come out. And now that's wicked. That's impressive. Honestly, this is a rich person car for rich people. That like you're actually getting rich person treatment and getting something out of it. No, probably the best like raw dog luxury you could get. Mazda. I'm gonna be honest. At current moment, I think Mazda is above Honda because they got bangers. All their cars are good and reliable, if not a little boring. But they got the Miata. The Miata fixes that. They fill the hole. Honda, you got the Type R, and you got the NSX, but the NSX is like prohibitively expensive for most people, and the Type R, well, very nice and very cool. I like the Type R, but you know, despite being the best front wheel drives, they are still front wheel drive, which is a shame. S2K return maybe, uh, but Mazda, they got it. They're doing it right. Is there anything wrong with Mazda? No, there is nothing wrong with Mazda. There is no brain stamp. There, if you're dating Mazda, there is no brown stain in their white undies. They're wearing those white undies and they're proud. Oh boy. I think I should wait on this one. I'm moving you down. Alright, you're going and you must have brain damage. Maserati is doing the how do we design a car that depreciates in value as fast as possible? That is Maserati. Uh I honestly don't know what else to say. They're just pretty they kind of stink. I don't think I've ever seen anyone go, "Yeah, man, I want to own a Maserati when I grow old, when I have money." That's really all there is to it. Hyundai was questionable, but right now, they're probably worse than the wagon, and Kia's just Hyundai, but not. Uh, your car, uh, who would win Hyundai car security versus Flipper Zero? Flipper Zero wins every time. That's all I'm gonna say about that. You know what? For that, you're going down here. Actually, that they're not actually super unreliable now anymore. They're just they have that issue. Uh, oh, I don't know who you are. Uh, I don't know anything about this. Who? Oh, did Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I've committed sin. Oh, I've committed sin. I'm sorry. I can't believe I've done this. I can't believe I've done it. I actually confused the Chevy logo for Ford. I'm a little tired, but nothing can excuse that. That is actually an inexcusable mistake. So you're going right here. Um, well, now I need to rate Chevy because I forgot and my brain ceased operation. Uh, well, Chevy, they got the Camaro, which is pretty nice. Not anymore. Uh, and they got the Corvette, which is also very nice. Do they have any stinkers from what I remember? Chevrolet. Uh, 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 I mean, they kind of just got nothing to give a shit about, Going below Ferrari. Uh, yeah, that's better. All right. I don't know. I don't know who you are. Lotus. Lotus is very sus. I'll say that. Uh, they've used like Toyota engines in most of their cars, but then there were other cars that use Lotus engines that were not from Lotus. So figure that one out. As of right now, pretty sure that Lotus doesn't even have a whole lot like currently. They have like the Exige. I think they have the Evora, and they have the Nautilus. Ooh, I'm gonna be honest. Until I looked here, I didn't even know those existed. I think Avisia's the Nautilus. No, it is not. Okay, well, uh, I guess they're not making that one anymore, which is a shame because I really like it. But uh, Lotus is okay as far as things go. Uh, they sometimes get expensive, but it's kind of like they're bigger cars, not a lease level, kind of just don't quite make sense, if that's a good way of putting it. So they're going in mid. They're going over there. Jaguar. Very much not the finest motor car in the world. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't even know who you are. Does Mercury exist now? Okay, they do not. Get back in the grave, old man. GMC? What does GMC even make? Wow. That's sure haven't heard good things about GMC. I actually thought there would be more to it than that. They're like okay, but like buy a friggin' F-150 or Silverado if you want a truck. Jeep. Every good Jeep is old and every new one is not good. If you want to off-road in a Jeep, you should go on Facebook Marketplace and not go to a Jeep dealer. Volvo. What does Volvo even make now? Uh, sure. Pretty. You're going in the bottom of mid, honestly. There's not much to say about Volvo. They just make cars. Buick, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think I was with my dad. We didn't think that they were still in business until we saw one. Are they still in business, actually? They are. Wow. Now that's surprising. Uh, I mean, I think they're okay, but like they must be holding on by a thread, surely, because I know nothing. Shelby, is Shelby doing shit right? Let's find out. Is this just some legacy page, or oh no, they are doing shit. Okay, I never hear bad things about Shelby, so Shelby's going. Uh, Shelby has the same problem as Hennessy, actually, where you a lot of their shit's like on constant wait lists. Tesla. If we were to rate Tesla among all cars, I would say good, but they make only electric cars, and if you consider only electric car competition, they're just the best. Well, I guess you belong here. Some people think electric holds you back. Uh, I don't know what even. I've never heard of this in my life. Actually, back to Tesla. Never mind. I was gonna say something about Elon, but that doesn't work. What the hell is that? Well, I would have guessed that's Peugeot, but I see Peugeot, so I don't know what that is. Toyota. That's easy. You're going up there. So where are you? Because Lexus is just Toyota, but not. Uh, and more expensive. Uh, Toyota. Uh, you want a bulletproof car? There's Toyota. You want the best normal car manufacturer? There it is. That's Toyota. Boys Dodge. You know what? I'm gonna take a fat piss and return. So I'll be back. I'm back. Needless to say, the piss was fat. Anyway, uh, Dodge. Dodge is a car company that just never seems to learn. So, ooh, so right, you've got these two that people actually care about, and then you've got these two which are awful and you should never buy. So the Hornet, is the Hornet electric? I don't actually remember. This will tell me surely what engine is in it. Oh, it's a hybrid. Okay. So they never seem to learn that not making performance cars is not good for them. So let me give you some Dodge lore. All right. So Dodge is we're in the 90s, right? Dodge, they're gonna go bankrupt because they're stinking, right? They're stinking. Uh, that they're not making performance cars. Their whole lineup kind of sucks because they're just making worse Fords and Chevys, uh, and they can't really compete. And then there's also all of the Japanese cars that are also very good and becoming very popular. So government bails them out. they get a lifeline from Uncle Sam. We're in the Dodge meeting room in the 90s. All right, boys, this situation's looking pretty grim. Well, how do we get out of this, huh? We make some small compact cars. Yeah, that's a good idea. We could compete with the Japanese. Hey, Steve, what are you laughing about over there? Is Steve okay? What's he doing over there? we should we should make a fucking supercar, right? We're gonna make a lot of money. We're gonna make a fucking supercar. Everyone in the room goes silent, right? Steve, he could be high. Who knows? He's probably on some kind of drugs to have made such a suggestion. But the manager actually goes, you know what? We will build a supercar. That's where the Dodge Viper comes from. And you know what happens? They get out of bankruptcy. Not exclusively because of the Dodge Viper, but the Dodge Viper is the turning point. And they develop it with their bankruptcy money, their bailout money. Okay. When's the next time that they went bankrupt? Uh, okay, 2009. So, okay. Need to go on the friggin' Dodge Challenger wiki. Okay, 2008, right? 2008, 2009. 2009, Dodge needs to get bailed out again. All right, they have the Charger, and it's okay. It's not like a super performance car. They come out with the Challenger. Pretty nice, pretty cool. People are liking it, but it's not like a super performance car. The good old Stangs over here. They're crapping all over the Dodge quote unquote performance cars. So what does Dodge do? Dodge management goes back into the meeting room. They go, all right, engineers, here's your job, right? We're not looking for suggestions. Just here's your job, all right? We want you to make an engine that will go uh, faster or more horsepower than the Stang, the newest Stang, and it's supposed to be 550. So we need over 550 so we can beat the Stang, right? We're not gonna live in the Stang's shadow anymore. We have this bailout money, it's yours. Beat the Stang and we will get our money back. So Dodge engineers, they do that. And a few years pass. Uh, First Hellcat. How many years passed? Oh my god, 2015? Okay. Uh, the Dodge engineers are cooking. To be honest, management might have forgotten about them. So they're sitting there and they're like, wait a minute. Oh my god, the engineers, I told them to use all that money. And they've been working for like 7 years, 6 years, well, probably 4 years because they would have been done before 2015. Uh, so, manager, he's hustling down the halls. He's running to the SRT department where the engineers are cooking up this new engine that's supposed to beat the Stang. And he walks in and he's like, "Oh my god, I left you guys. What's going on?" Uh, Did you beat the Stang? Did we get over 550 horsepower? And all the engineers in the room turn in unison like a hive mind. They look the manager in the eye all at once, and they just nod, and they have shit-eating grins on their faces. And the manager goes, "Oh, we did it. Well, what's it at? What'd we get to?" One brave soul, he walks up, he puts his hand on the manager's shoulder, and he gets in real close, like in a romance movie. Puts his mouth up to the manager's ear and goes, "Hold on a second. I need to be factually correct." He presses his lips up to the manager's ear and goes, 707. The manager becomes the friggin' Looney Tunes character. His eyes like pop out of his head and then pop back in. He falls over. He swoons onto the ground. 15 minutes later, he wakes up. He doesn't just wake up. He like lurches forward like he just had a nightmare, and he goes, "Oh my god!" For a second, I thought, I thought, I went to the SRT department and they said we had a engine for Chargers and Challengers that would go 707 horsepower. And that same employee puts his lips up to the manager's ear and goes, "It wasn't a dream." And the manager starts hyperventilating. He runs over to CEO, I don't know, Mr. Dodge. He goes, "Oh my God, we fucking did it, man. We fucking did it." CEO goes, "Don't talk to me like that." And manager goes, "I don't fucking care, man. We're shit all over those stupid Ford little Stang bitches, little loser pussy Mustangs having their sexual tension with the any crowd of people in the immediate vicinity when you're making a turn. Uh, we're not that. We got them beat. We got them beat." Uh, and they did have them beat. And the Mustang didn't even reach 550. So they really shit on him. And some time passes. A little bit of time passes, right? Uh, what year was this? That manager, he's feeling pretty good. They just shat all over the Mustang, right? Mustang didn't even hit what it was supposed to. 2018. Okay. So like 2-ish years passed, right? They fucked up Mustang. They fucked Ford good and hard. All 12 inches went in. Ford accepted it because they didn't come back to compete with literally anything. Uh, so manager guy's feeling pretty good. Like 2 years pass, and he goes, "Wait a minute, I didn't tell those SRT guys to stop, did I?" So he starts running. He's hustling. He's hustling down in the hallway with the fluorescent light. And he's going. He busts in the door, and yet again they all look at him with a shit-eating grin. He says, "What's going on? What's happening? What happened? You were supposed to stop." And they went, "We hit 840." And he goes, "What? What do you mean you hit 840? What do you mean 840? I mean 840. We hit 840. We did it." And that's how the demon was born. And then they went even higher after that. The current demon, which isn't current because they don't make them for this model year, is 1,000 horsepower. For like 100 grand, you get 1K horsepower stock. They give you two keys. Uh, so I would put them here. Maybe I actually would put them in like the bottom here if they didn't make other garbage, which they do make other garbage. This position is solely held up by how good the Hellcats and the Demons are, which they have also just. Damn it, they have they don't make them anymore for this model year, so I can't really put them higher now, can I? Interesting thing about the Challenger, I have one. Uh, I bought it used, and there's something very interesting that you'll notice if you try to buy a used Challenger. So, uh, I would say about 80 to 90% are salvage titles. So, little warning to you: if you see a Dodge Challenger driver in front of you, they are a shit driver. Because my God, the ability of Challenger drivers to damage their car is incredible. I know what Abarth is, but I don't know anything about him. Hummer? I heard Hummer's pretty not great. Uh, I don't know anything about you. Pagani. Uh, Pagani's just good. You get a hand built car, it feels good, looks good. I like how they look more than Bugatti. Uh, that Pagani's also got the lore, unlike Bugatti, that kicks it up a little notch. If you want some car lore, back in the whenever, I don't know, like 60s, 70s, probably something like that. Ferrari's making cars. This dude, he likes Ferraris. He also makes tractors. Isn't You may have heard of his name before. It's Lamborghini. So he goes up to the man Ferrari himself, and he goes, "Hey, the I don't know, like transmission in your cars. You could make them better. They're a little uh shaky as they are now. Your car would be a lot more comfortable to drive if you fixed got a new transmission like this one I am directly suggesting to you." Ferrari looks at him and he goes, "I make the cars, you make the tractors." And Lamborghini, he took that personally. And then he became Ferrari's number one competitor. Now you got Lamborghini, right? And Lamborghini's got this one employee, really good guy. He's designing really cool shit. He designs the Countach. He basically creates the style that Lamborghini is known for. You know what his name is? Pagani. Horacio Pagani. And now he starts having some beef with Lamborghini. I don't remember what it was, but he was I think it was something to do with this. He was experimenting with like carbon fiber like body panels for cars instead of steel, which lightens it. So he's like making suggestions. He doesn't feel like he's recognized, so he goes, "Okay, well, I'll just uh I'll just go and make my own car company with this technology that I have already developed myself." And that's what he does. He makes Pagani and he makes some of the best fucking cars in the world. Uh I don't even know who you are. My sister owned a Mini and literally did nothing but complain about it. You're honestly going here. She had nothing good to say about this car, and it's not even. It's a small car that's terrible. I don't know what Opel does. Uh, but yeah, that's all I have to say about Mini. Nissan and Infiniti. Despite being the same thing, I am actually going to rate them separately. So Infinity does nothing interesting and is supposed to be like luxury Nissan, but kind of isn't. Like, how much is an Infinity? It's a lot of money. It sure isn't worth it. 43K. I will tell you this: these are not worth the money. Just buy a Toyota or a Lexus. Uh, there's pretty much no reason at all why you should get an Infinity. Now, Nissan does some pretty rad things. You're going in good Nissan. You're a good boy. Fortunately, a lot of their cars that don't end in Z or GTR uh, stink, but those two are so good, don't matter. 350Z, banger. 370Z, maybe not as much of a banger, but it was still a banger. GTR still banging. It's always been banging. Been banging nonstop. The new Nissan Z, pretty good. Uh, I'm pretty sure it's like around the same price as the Toyota Supra, which is why it's not recognized ever. I mean, it's a little cheaper unless you get Nismo. Uh, so yeah, the Z is not a bad car. Pretty good, but the would you rather have a Supra or a Z? That's a question that overwhelmingly is answered by the Z. Subaru. Unfortunately, you're going in questionable. You're going below Dodge. Does Subaru even make anything worth giving a shit about right now? Because Subaru has like nice cars ish for like modifying and stuff, but WRX is typically their banger. But issue is that Subarus are kind of a little sussy with their reliability, and you could just buy a Toyota. You're gonna notice that a lot about cars in the same price range. You could just buy a Toyota, which is better in virtually every way you could possibly imagine. Where to put Subaru? Right there. Yeah, that makes sense. And I'm not rating that with the BRZ because that's literally a Toyota with a Toyota engine and Toyota parts. Land Rover, I hear nothing but bad things from this. Maybe not quite, you must have brain damage, but they're not good. I don't know who you are. I do know who you are. I don't know anything about you. Lamborghini. Imagine, if you will, Ferrari, but you didn't have to take it up the ass to buy one. You didn't need to deal with the cuckoldry of Ferrari. Wouldn't that be incredible? That's exactly what we get. Oh. You know what? You're going up here. You're going in the bottom. I don't want to put you too far away from Ferrari. Actually, no, you are going there. I think Lamborghini. this is gonna sound like heresy, but it's a little, for what it is, it's a little overpriced. Because like you can compare it to Porsche, which is, you know, except for like their really high end stuff is like lower, but like, you know, Lamborghini's in the same kind of situation where they haven't really been reinventing the wheel at all over the past long time, but they're not really as reasonable as Porsche. I've been saying Porsche like a sinner. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. But Lambo, they're pretty good all around. How much is a Lamborghini hurt? 249K. Huh? Well, when I said a little, can't you buy like the best 911 for like way less than that? Even just the GT3. Yeah, you can get it for like 70,000 cheaper. I mean, it's a little less performance, but it's also a much smaller car. Ah, like, are you really gonna be sad that your smallish car has only 502 horsepower and can only go up to 197? I'm sure it's higher. What? Really? Oh, this has better XL too. The GT3 might be a 10-second car. I mean, they're pretty much like exactly the same performance wise, which not super great for the Lamborghini. And also, everyone knows a Porsche 911 the same way everyone knows a Lamborghini. So, Bentley, you're kind of just worse Rolls Royce for like your really good shit. Koenigsegg, you do one thing, you do it good. Lincoln, uh, you're mid. Chrysler, you're going there. Ram. Oh, Ram. Oh boy. What to even say about Ram? You know what? I'm gonna put this there. Uh, bu- 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 Surely I won't get copyright strike for this, right? All right. Imagine me. I'm a Dodge Ram owner, right? Uh, I'm balding. My head's shaved. I have a big poofy beer belly. I'm like 5'10", 300 pounds, all in my stomach. I'm wearing a flannel shirt, and I got some ripped jeans on with a belt. I'm at the bar cracking open a cold one on a Friday night or Monday night. Girl's next to me, alright? I turn to my side, I see a girl, alright? Hey, baby girl. I should turn that down, actually. Hold on. Alright. Hey, baby girl. You ever see a real man before? What? You talking to me? Yeah, let me get you something, girl. Alright. You ever meet a lifted Dodge Ram owner? No, no, didn't think so. You know, the only real man is a man that drives a lifted Dodge Ram. How about after you finish that drink, we go outside and I give you a look, huh? Sure. Yeah, yeah, sure. Alright. So so here she is. I greased myself up when I worked on this baby girl. You have no idea. This thing's a beast, right? It gets 8 miles a gallon. It's a true work of art if I've ever seen it. Wow. Yeah, well, I was right. Anyway, here, let me get the ladder so you could step inside and take a look. So, I don't know if you know this, baby girl, but, just because I have 40-inch tires on my car, double wide, it's really impressive when you think about it. Yeah, really impressive. So, I know you've said this already, but you really haven't met a real man before, have you? I've not met a ram owner, no. Well, there ain't no way to make love to a woman like in the spacious back seat of a lifted Dodge Ram. What do you say? Uh, hmm, uh, hmm. Well, I don't know about that. On girl. This is basically a monster truck here, yeah? So, uh, we should just go on and do it, man. Uh, I don't know you, and, it'd be weird to go this fast. We just had like one drink and you've been talking to me about your lift Dodge Ram. Yeah. Yeah, I would prefer to like get to know the other person or something, right? Yeah. Uh, Tell me a little bit about yourself. Well, uh, backing this up. Well, what's there to say about myself? Turn around and take a look at that beautiful, magnificent beast over there. That lifted Dodge Ram. Think good and hard. Tells you everything you need to know about me, about the man I am, about the work I put into it. Look at these hands. These are a man's hands. You ain't ever seen a man's hands like this man's before. You're between me and that truck. You're flanked by two beasts, baby girl. I could wife you up right now. God willing. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go and see you later. Oh no, no, no! Don't be like that. Let, let me move the ladder around so you can get in the passenger seat. I'll drive you over to your car if you want to go. No, 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 thank you. I'm all good. So that's a Ram owner for you. Shut up. That's a Ram owner for you. If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know, on top of Rams not even being that great at in the first place, uh, there you go. Smart car. Are you still in business? Oh, apparently. If you want to die, buy a smart car. Uh, Cadillac. Going there. Get back in the grave. Uh, Aston Martin. I don't know why anyone would buy that over anything of a comparable price. Oh, where's the other one? Where's your twin? Where is it? Made fun of some British company earlier. Oh, Maserati. Well, they're not quite as bad as Maserati, but they're on that depreciation speed run. I'll say that, and they're also not good. To be honest, yeah, they belong in the bottom here. Pretty sure Saturn doesn't exist, right? Okay, it's looking like no. Pretty sure you exist. I just don't care. Mitsubishi. Uh, it seems about right to me. You do nothing interesting, and you're just worse than everyone else at everything. What is the saving grace of Mitsubishi? That's a good question. The answer is no. No, seems like it. I think we got her done. Let's clean it up a little bit though. Seems good. Seems good. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. This is seeming all right. This Cadillac make? That isn't a truck. Or fat monster, I should say. Okay. Not anything I care about. Actually, you're going there. Okay. Okay. That seems good. We got her. All right. Well, to anyone that watches this in the future, thank you for your patronage. I will see you guys later. DHL Joe out.